Hello, my name is Ningrum, Melati Budi Lestari. My list number is 33 and my metric number is 282725. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Faza Aldila Niagara with absen number C34 and metric number 282745. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Harlina Binti Zainon with my absen number C35 and my metric number 282901.
Malaysia Airlines 17 with code MH17 or MAS17 was shot down while flying over eastern Ukraine on 17 July 2014. This flight was departing from Amsterdam with destination Malaysia, was carrying 283 passengers with 15 crew were killed. This incident was the deadliest aircraft incident in 2014, the worst incident using a Boeing 777, and the worst shooting incident on a commercial flight in the world. MH17 was departing from Schiphol International Airport on 12/14 Central European Summertime, with an estimated time of 11 hours 45 minutes, will be landing at Kuala Lumpur International Airport on 6 o'clock Malaysian time. However, MH17 had to end its journey because it mistargeted and was shot down by 3 Russians and a Ukrainian Uzbek missiles in Donetsk as a result of the war raging in Donbass, eastern Ukraine. Hazard and Peril, Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 2014. Peril is the cause of loss. Refers to Malaysia Airlines perils with Flight 17 have been shot down by Uzbek missiles. The rocket carries spikes and sharp objects, so it will be thrown when it's denoted. The missiles then exploded on the plane's left side, just above the cockpit and business class. The plane then crashed, exploded, and shattered into pieces. Now hazard. Hazard is a condition that creates or increases the frequency or severity of a loss. So, how many types of hazard? There are 4 types of hazard. First, physical hazard. Second, moral hazard. Third, attitudinal hazard. And the last is legal hazard. For the MH17 case, the hazard is referred to as attitudinal hazard because of misunderstanding. So, the shooter thought if MH17 was a fighter jet or Antonov, even though MH17 was a commercial aircraft that departed from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur, with eastern Ukraine had been settled down as the aircraft route.
Personal risk. Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 crashed in 2014. Personal risk is a type of risk that directly affects an individual and their family. This crash was killing all 298 passengers in aboard. There are 4 major of personal risk, which is premature death, poor health, inadequate retirement income, and unemployment. In this case, the risk refer to premature death. Premature death is the death of a family head with unfulfilled financial obligation. Families of the victim have lost a source of income and a place to depend. This is because the value of the family head is lost forever. Other than that, they also have additional expenses to pay for the funeral ceremony. As a result, to depend and surviving the family member in the future, they are using a saving account to replace the lost income. Next is commercial risk. Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 crashed in 2014. Commercial risk is the risk that a corporation faces, such as damage or death. There are 5 major of commercial risk, which is property risk, liability risk, loss of business income, other risk, and cybersecurity and identity theft. For the MH17 case, the risk refer to 2 commercial risks, which is liability risk and property risk. Families of the victims may file a lawsuit towards Malaysia Airlines for death of a family member, property damage, and company mismanagement. Malaysia Airlines has offered an advance compensation payment to each passengers and crew families here as a part of the entire compensation payment. So, the incident has put Malaysia Airlines under a lot of financial strain. Malaysian Airlines Flight MH17 has been shut down by a bulk missile while in the air. It probably showed that the structural damage was caused by a significant number of high-energy items from a warhead that pierced the aircraft from the outside.
The Montreal Convention of 1999, or MC-99, establishes airline liability in the case of passenger death or injury, as well as delay, damage, or loss of baggage or cargo. It unifies the several international treaty frameworks regulating airline liability that had expanded incoherently in the decades following 1929. Burden of risk alludes to the expenses, losses, misfortunes, and incapacities that must be borne by someone because of being presented to a given misfortune, circumstance, or occasion. For instance, in the tragedy of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17, or called by MH17 or MAS-17, it adds to the pressure on a carrier still reeling from the March disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. The company must compensate for the incident occurred and must be responsible to the plane crash due to terrorism for third party. The German company, named Allianz Global Corporation, was the main reinsurer to flight MH370 that disappeared over the Indian Ocean in March, as well as to flight MH17, which was shut down in July 2014 while flying over Ukraine. Malaysia Airlines carried separate war coverage from Atrium Underwriting Group or AUG that addressed the loss for war risk insurance. It had immediately approved payment for the loss of the aircraft in Flight 17. In any event, Perkeso or Pertumbuhan Keselamatan Sosial gets reimbursed for all crew members and some passengers who have self-insured via Perkeso. Numerous examples demonstrate the psychological distress and worry that danger induces. By this incident, it was created worry and fear to passengers and airlines. Some passengers may develop extreme nervousness and anxiety when using the flight service. Furthermore, this tragedy is international flight. It has large probability for affecting the worldwide airline's ranking and reputation to be declined in public view, and the shares value of Malaysia Airlines fell sharply.
Malaysia Airlines was in charge of the safe flight operation as the airline operating flight. However, we have no idea what kind of risk will arise. There are many factors that can raise the prospect of impending risk. Malaysia Airlines cannot assume that all of the flights are safe. MH17, rest in peace.